Hello people, welcome. Got a little bit of a shorter video today. Was honestly not even gonna dive this day. I was just sitting at home and not doing anything, and I was like, hey, I get a quick little evening dive in, a little sunset sesh. And so it was like 4, and I just grabbed my stuff together, ran down to the beach and jumped in the water. This is me coming down on my second warm-up drop of the day. And it's always on these murky days where it just seems fishy. Nice school of Pilanes came in and checked me out with some kalas mixed in with them. And I look over to my left. And in a second, there'll be a little school of Veke that cruises in. Here they come. So, super fishy. And I definitely could take a shot on one of these kalas or pilanes in front of me, but on days like this, I know when there's this many fish around, I know there's going to be some better fish mixed in, whether it be Omilu. Heck, I've seen some kamanus cruise around in this area, but I know where there's a few fish, there's going to be more. So I decided to hold off, not shoot anything on this dive, not stir it up, and just keep looking around. Alright, that last dive was in like 20 feet. Now I'm up on top of the reef in like, 8 feet. And I'm looking at this school of Nenuis. I'm thinking I'm going to plug one of them. But then if you look, a little arrow will pop up here in a second. Where is it? Right there. And here comes a nice Omilu. Came in, checked me out, but saw me and did a little spin, and then just kind of cruised off. And so my heart was racing. And I was like, okay, I need to go up, get another good breath hold, relax, and come down and see if I can call him in again. And you're going to see in this next clip, it's just a short clip of me floating up the water, but right where this arrow pops up, as I was breathing up for my next dive on that Omilu, he swam up to me, did like 2 or 3 circles right in front of me where that rock was, and then swam away while I was trying to breathe up. And I just wasn't prepared. My GoPro wasn't on. So I finished my breathe up, dropped down, and I'm just doing the same thing I did when he came in last time, which is just grunting, trying to call the Nenuis into me, which you'll see him come up over the ledge right here. And then just on the left side of the screen, in a second here, you'll see him cruise right back past me. Again, totally not prepared for it. He was just moving and grooving way too fast for me to turn and get a shot off. But here he comes in a second. Where is he? There he is. And then took off. And by the way he just like shot away from me, I was pretty sure that I wasn't going to see him again. With those bigger, smarter fish, usually you'll see them 1 or 2 times. Maybe they'll give you a third look, maybe. But after that, I was pretty sure he was gone for the day. So came back out to a little bit deeper water, where that school of Pilanes was roughly in that area. Took a little drop, and I look up, and sure enough, that big school of Pilanes come cruising right back into me. So I'm just trying to look around, pick a nice fat one. And they're so docile, I'm just really going to take my time and make sure I get the perfect shot. And this one, I know he's going to give me a nice shot. Get a nice solid stone shot. And now I got my first fish of the day. And so now, here we are. Few dives later that I didn't show on camera just because I didn't shoot anything, I didn't see anything. But I decided to come back up to the shallows, and honestly, I wasn't even thinking of the Omilu. It was in, the very back of my mind, but right now I'm just focused on getting one of these Nenuis, trying to make some poke or something. And they're all cruising in. I'm just, again, trying to take my time. I know I could wing one of these shots at them as they swim by, but I really want to make sure that I get a solid shot that's gonna either stone it or a good holding shot. And as I'm just waiting around, that Omilu comes right back in with a friend, and the friend turns and comes right over to me. And I got a pretty decent holding shot, a little high, but high enough to hold. I swam over as quick as I could to get hands on, and just bear hugged it to my chest, and went up to the surface. I was pretty stoked. This is, I think, only the second Omilu I've ever shot, and by far the biggest. I mean, this was a solid 6-7 pounds, like a proper Omilu. So I was super stoked about this. And of course, brain and bleed anytime I get a fish. But check out the colors on this guy, those fins and just the greens, and just one of the most beautiful fish I've ever seen. And after getting him on the cooey and all sorted, I gotta reload the gun, and I've already got 2 pretty nice fish already, so I'm thinking I'll get 1 more fish and that'll probably be it for the day. Just because I try not to take more fish than I need for the week. I don't like to get 5 or 6 fish and then freeze a bunch of it, because honestly I want to get back out here, dive another day and shoot some more fish, in a few days or a week. And I don't like to have a bunch of fish just sitting in my freezer. So I'm just looking around for 1 more little tasty morsel. And again, there's just so much life on these murky days. I don't know if it's because the fish can't see me, or if something about the higher swell kicks up some more nutrients that's floating around. I don't know. Something makes it more fishy. But you see that little arrow? A little Ponanu that just cruised it out of the hole. I was thinking about shooting him, but he's a little on the small side, and he just kind of cruised off, so not going to chase after him. Just head up for this drop and take 1 more drop of the day. And I remember when I was looking for the Nenuis up here, I was also seeing some pretty big Kalas cruising around, so now I'm kind of thinking if I can get either a Nenui or a Kala to come into me, I'll take one of those. I see the Nenuis off to my right, but then the camera can't pick it up, but there's a big uhu, a big red uhu that swims back behind all those Kalas in front there. And he swims, goes around this big rock, and I was hoping that he would poke out right here, but he never did, so I look back over straight in front of me, and I see some pretty good-sized Kalas cruising around, so I decided to just focus on them, not get too greedy. And I'm just waiting for a big one to kind of give me a clear shot, swim in this little shooting lane. And here come a couple, so I lunge out, take a shot, get a nice holding shot in one of the bigger ones. He tries to wrap me all in the reef, but I grabbed the shooting line and just pull him and was able to get him free. But check out that cooey. 3 solid fish. And of course, a beautiful sunset to end the dive. Back in the shallows, just gonna get all the nasties out before I exit the water. And with a little video editing magic, we are back in the kitchen. Get all the fish out and prepared for filleting and skinning. First thing I always like to do is just remove the head. It makes the filleting just a little bit easier, makes the fish lay flatter on whatever cutting surface you're using, so it helps me just get much, much cleaner fillets. Ooh, big boy. all those heads. And then start filleting. And of course, I gotta remove and save these collars off of this big Omilu because those things are so tasty. I'm just chatting with the roommate about the dive and everything. And now that all the fillets are separated, I'm going to just go in, do the norm, remove the rib bones and the pin bones, all boneless, so I can have nice clean fillets that go in the freezer or in the fridge. And when I want to eat it, I just take it out, defrost it, season it, throw it in a pan. Just super simple, like I'm buying it from the store, just got to put in a little extra work. But I don't mind doing that because the quality and the taste of fresh fish that you get from the ocean versus fish that you bought in the store that's been sitting, in that package for weeks or months possibly, it just never compares. Fresh fish, you can't beat it. And even though I bled the fish, that big Omilu still has some residual blood left over clinging to the meat, so just trim that off real quickly so I can get real clean, super nice meat. But now we got all the essentials for cooking: some butter, the fish, avocado, salt, pepper, garlic salt actually, some lemons, olive oil, and a Japanese sweet potato. Semi-submerge that potato in some water and throw it in the microwave because I'm lazy and don't want to boil it. Then I got the olive oil in the pan, get the fish out, and get it all seasoned up. And just going super simple, literally 2 seasonings, that's it. Garlic, salt, pepper. Get a little extra on the cutting board so I can get the sides of the fish. So make sure everything's all seasoned up. Ends too. Now check if the oil's hot with some butter. It is. It's time for the fish to go in. On high heat, and of course, always season that side. A little more butter. It'll be the first cook after a few minutes cooking. Now time to slice up some avocado, and I literally got 3 ingredients for this catch and cook: fish, potato, avocado. I am not a chef by any standard. I make what I like to eat and what tastes good. So a very simple meal today. Get the avocado all chopped out. My potato is almost done. Dump the water out, make sure it's still firm in the center, but it's a little squishy on the outside. And I'll throw that back in the microwave for like a minute or 2 just to finish it up and get it soft all the way through. Flip the fish a few more times and check if it's done. My way of checking if it's done is just if the fork passes all the way through it cleanly, then it should be all good. But if it stops midway through, then you still got a little raw in the center. But one more fork test, and now it's passing through nice and cleanly. So scoop out the fish. good juices right on top. And give everything one last little touch of seasoning. A little pepper, some lemon squeeze, and a little garlic salt on those potatoes. And that's it.